Hello, my name is Dr. May Alomari, pharmacist. Yeah, I haven't been posting on YouTube for a while, so I apologize for that. Kind of been uh, yeah, I've been attacked spiritually for the last 90 days, and it's been incredibly painful, emotionally and physically. So um, after I got my NAMI California training, um, my God, the swords just came from everywhere. Um, you see the degrees back there: Bachelor's of Science. The first one is the Bachelor's of Science in pharmacy as a pharmacist, and my doctorate of pharmacy. And the reason I got doctorate of pharmacy because everybody in California that is a pharmacist has a doctorate of pharmacy. And that's the reason that I got my doctorate because I knew I wanted to come to California to practice as a pharmacist. And yes, I cut my own hair. How did I cut it? Just took a big scissors and just cut it. It's probably not even on the in the back, but who cares? Um, you know, you could see a treadmill in the back and the bicycle. Gave my other bicycle to my neighbor who's a Marine. He's been there for me, hands down. For the 18 months that I've been here. So I really owe my life to him. I really owe my life to him. And so today is Cinco de Mayo, which is Friday. Um, Friday, uh, May, May. Okay, I know the date, May 5th, 2000, um, 2000, what do you call it? 2023, 10 years sobriety from alcohol, 10 years sobriety from abuse. And, um, and so um, the Mexican thugs here in Los Angeles, Boyle Heights. Mexican thugs are very active here, and that's what I've been fighting for the last 90, say the last 18 months. I got here in June 22nd, 2021, and I've been fighting the Mexican thugs for almost 2 years today. And they're just cruel, nasty, nasty, nasty people. And I'm the only white woman here that's from the Middle East in this building out of 200 people. Um, all the people are black and brown meaning Mexican, not from India. So how do I fight them? Multiple ways, man. You just can't. You can't even explain how many times I have to fucking fight them every fucking day. They're praying against my car to get smashed, to get windows broken, to cars. Like my car has been through 5, 6 car crashes, and and so that's what they do. They just keep praying and cursing my car, and so I stay afloat emotionally and psychologically by um, charting my course in this book. Now, this is called a runner's book. Obviously, I don't run. I gained 30 pounds. My 30-pound body can't run. So I've been regulating my emotions on this because my therapist is a horrible therapist. He won't help me in any of the Mexican thugs that continuously attack me every fucking day for just being white. And um, and he's Mexican. My therapist is Mexican, and so I'm about to fire him. Fire him big time. And I'm waiting for my Asian physician to get me a real therapist that I could see once a week because my emotions are really exhausted from fighting these thugs that try to trample on my freedom as far as where I park and my car. And so I bought a club, and they smashed my window in Canyon Country, which was Santa Clarita. Cost me $400 to fix. Then they stuck a screwdriver inside my keyhole in the front door, my car door, and then they stuck it in the ignition, and You can't hotwire an Asian car. You just can't. It's got a kill switch. So they couldn't steal it. And then the second time, um, they they jammed. And these are all Mexicans praying on my car. They they follow me where I am. They come out of their house, follow me where I am. They see my skin color, and they pray against the car multiple times every fucking day. And so this last time they stuck a crowbar in the keyhole and just basically ruined the lock. And so I had to get it fixed again. And then now I put black tape over it because that's what my white neighbor told me to do, and that's what I did. So that cost me $400. Can't claim it on my car insurance because that's their way. That's their way of increasing my car insurance, which I can't afford to pay already because I don't have a job and I have a limited savings. So, and I'm not going to sell my car. They're trying to push and push and push me out of the city, basically, just like they're trying to do to Kevin De Leon. Kevin De Leon is not Mexican. He is Guatemalan. And these Mexican thugs banned altogether against anybody who is not Mexican, including me and my white neighbor. He's from Georgia. He's a Southern guy, really, really nice guy. And he took a beating, physical beating, to fight this asshole across the way, who's also a big fat Mexican with tattoos, and he's probably got gang members um, affiliations, and so um, yeah, some people say, oh, get the hell out of there. No, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay and drive you nuts. I'm gonna drive you nuts, psychologically nuts, because I do have some Mexican friends who are nice to me. The guy downstairs is very nice. Yeah, he has a little bit of schizophrenia, but who cares? Everybody's got issues. I have depression. That's a mental diagnosis. So, schizophrenia, depression, bipolar, who cares? At some point, you're either violent or you're not violent. And if you got mental illness and you're violent, which is the guy right across the way from 215 or 213, um, he's violent and has mental illness. And those are people that belong in jail. And so, you smile at the happy, pretty face, but you say to God that it's him. And so God takes care of him. Just to tell you how cruel he is, he's got seven Mexican children that he doesn't pay for. He doesn't pay child support. And, in Michigan, you would be in jail if you didn't pay child support as a father. This is California. They obviously are more lenient. They don't make their fathers pay for child support. Um, so he gets away with it, and he came out of jail. I don't know what his conviction was, but you know, they think it's funny to have ex felons in this fucking building scaring the fuck out of us every fucking day. And so I'm going to report it. I'm reporting it by making a YouTube video. This is my YouTube video. So this is a picture of me when I was, really fit in Michigan, 140 pounds and really lean. That was a Halloween dress, $10. I bought that dress for $10. And I went to a Halloween party, a toga party. It was pretty fun. And this is a picture of me and my mom and dad right here. This is when I was overweight. Um, and then this is a picture. This is a frame of San Francisco, but got Los Angeles postcard in there. This is a picture of one of the apartment buildings that I saw in Santa Clarita. Um, so I got the picture of it because I thought I was going to live there, but I'm not going to. Um, and these are my licenses, or not my license, my what do you call it? My licenses, actually. I hid them. I need to renew them, but they're still active. And so these are my degrees, pharmacy degrees. Um, this is my whiteboard, and this is my refrigerator, and this is my two mirrors, and my weight bench, um, which I'm using, right now. I'm still using it. So this is my picture of Disneyland, me going to Disneyland in Florida with a Disneyland guy. Um, the guys that the greeters, Disneyland greeters, and then or Disney World. Is it? Yeah, it's Disneyland in California, but Disney World in what do you call it, Florida. And then this is a picture of me. I think it's in Tampa, Clearwater, where me and my girlfriend went out to just celebrate life, celebrate me being a Christian. This was when I was 23 years old. And that's when I accepted the Lord Jesus Christ, when I was 23. And so a girlfriend of mine, the girlfriend that I was with, took a picture of me, sitting in front of the ocean. And so I'm still Christian. I just don't talk about it in front of my Muslim family, um, because it makes them uncomfortable and they just get all violent. So there's no point in that crap. Um, so it's 10 minutes. Yeah, I intend to live here. I do intend to live here and stay here. And by here, I mean Los Angeles, California. Unless I meet a millionaire and he decides to marry me and buy me a house and a car. But right now, I don't have that offer. So these are my measurements. I used to have a personal trainer. I trained with a personal trainer at LA Fitness for 30 years, from 1992 to 2022. So 30 years, my weight loss journey. Um, and so I went from being 198 pounds to 154, just by training and taking my measurements. So um, I know I can do it. I didn't have weight loss surgery. I had good personal trainers from LA Fitness. Um, and, you know, they showed me how to work out, lift weights, and my eating was always up to me. So they always knew that I wanted to control my food and my eating. So they let me control my food and my eating, which I appreciate. I did supplement with protein powder, WHEY, whey. Um, and so if I didn't eat right or I didn't eat enough protein, I would supplement with protein powder shakes. And because at some point, like when you start lifting weights, you really do need to increase your protein consumption. And I'm laxing in my protein consumption, so my muscles have gone to waste. My muscles have turned from muscle. Let's show you a small, little, tiny, flabby example right here. When you don't lift weights and you don't eat protein, all my muscle mass as a diabetic turned to flat. So that's what happens. Um, you know, and so I need to stop paying attention to Mexican bugs here. I start paying attention to my flabby yarns, because that's why I came to California to retire, to age gracefully, and to not die of diabetes, on dialysis, and to not lose my kidney. So I have this cup to remind me why I'm here. Los Angeles. It is not the city of angels. It's a city of Mexican thugs. And eventually, my role as a white woman will be to convert it from the Mexican thug program, the Mexican supremacy. Los Angeles is the Mexican supremacy program, sponsored to by the Mexican thugs. All Mexicans are thugs, male and female. It doesn't matter. You're born as a Mexican thug, from the womb. From the time you're delivered, from 5 years old to 95. All Mexicans are thugs. And so my job, as a white person, is to convert it from the Mexican thug program in Los Angeles to the city of angels. And how are we going to do that? We're going to incorporate more white people. We're going to bring Russians and Ukrainians over to Los Angeles. We're going to enjoy other governments coming in here. We're also going to invite the Olympics, United States Olympics. It's not United States, obviously. It's the World Olympics. So the world means, people from Russia, people from Ukraine, people from Japan, people from China, people from Venezuela, Saudi Arabia, Lebanon, Iraq. That's where I'm from, Iraq. Um, Georgia, country of Georgia. All those countries will be visiting Los Angeles in the 2028 Olympics. Nigeria, Algeria, North Africa, South Africa. Hopefully, some of these people will migrate to Los Angeles and live here and move the Mexicans out. Just move them out, move them to New York, move them to Texas, to Florida, just move them the hell out of Los Angeles because they're not nice to white people or black people. And I'm going to do that for the next 30 years, starting today. That's my role. And you can't fire me because I am allowed to stay here. And that's it. That's it. I said what I got to say. I'm gonna sign out because I have responsibilities. I have financial responsibilities to pay my bills, to make sure I stay here and not lose my housing, to call haters, people who hate on me, to call them out. And that's what I'm doing. Mexican thugs are haters. I'm calling you out. I'm going to blog about it. I'm going to journal about it. I'm going to tell people about it. I'm going to keep videoing about it until you fucking leave Los Angeles. You know, let's have a Mexican migration out of Los Angeles and move them out into other cities and states where they can drive them nuts. Go move to Alabama to drive the white people of Alabama out. You're not going to do that to me in Los Angeles. It took me 50 fucking years to get here. You're not driving me out. And if you try it again with my car, I will attack your marriages. That's a guarantee. I did it to my brother and my sister-in-law, and now they're divorced. So I will do it. I'm not afraid of you anymore. I'm not afraid of your Mexican thugs. I'm not afraid of your Mexican thugs. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid. We won COVID-19, and we'll win getting Mexicans out of Los Angeles. They control the city. They control the entire state from south of Fresno, Bakersfield, from south of Bakersfield all the way to San Diego. Mexicans control the entire fucking economy in Southern California. They control the entire fucking economy. They control the post office. They control City Hall. They control all jobs. They control all city, county government offices. They control all jobs, all employment. A white person will never ever get employment because the Mexicans control all employment in Southern California. That is 100% true. So I'm pretty upset about it, and there's nothing I can do about it right now except talk about it. So it's why my white friends, they used to live in Glendale, and they moved out to Virginia because of that. They just said the Mexicans are too much for us to handle as white people, and our kids have diabetes, and we just can't handle that level of nastiness towards whites. So they moved out. I don't know when they moved out. I think recently. So I moved here to 2019. So 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I've only been here 4 years. And I think they moved out like 10 years ago, just because she said she's a nurse, and she was working in the hospital, and she said they're just mean. They're just like they would hand her, like, so she was an OR nurse, so she would assist the surgeon in in the what do you call it, instruments, and they just they stuck a knife, a scalpel in her hand and cut her hand. It was an accident supposedly, but she said she was just like fed up. She's like, these people in LA are really cruel, and I just can't handle it. I'm married. I have a husband that works for the government, and what do you call it? She has 3 kids, and one's got diabetes, on an insulin pump, and she's like, I just can't handle that level of hatred towards whites. So this was before, like, I can't, that idea, like, she put in my head, it kind of flew out of my head. Like, oh, I forgot, what the hell what did I think moving here for? I thought, like, oh, it just happens to her. It's not going to happen to me. Yeah. Well, it's happening to me, but it is what it is. I'm not married. I can fight these fights. How I'm going to fight them, I have no idea. But I'm going to stay here. I'm going to fight, and I'm going to make them repent. How I'm going to do that, I'm not sure. I'm going to go to church and get my Mexican pastors on my side. So that's how I'm going to do it. And are they going to be on my side? I don't know. They weren't on my side in real life church because they're all white, from Kentucky. They're not going to fight Mexicans, but Mexicans will fight Mexicans. And so the Arc Montebello, is run by Mexican pastors and really good people, really, really super good people. They're not Mexican thugs like these people here in the building. And so, maybe one day they'll come over and read them their rights. You have the right to, and then the LAPD officer, who's also Mexican, you know, can put handcuffs on them and we'll say, goodbye, goodbye, thugs. You don't belong here. You belong back in jail. You got to stop terrorizing our white women here in Los Angeles because we deserve to live here. We deserve to park here. And there's been 5 reports of your homicidal behavior that needs to leave. And so we'll get the LAPD here and knock on his door and put him in jail, if he follows me again. So that's all I got. Thanks for letting me share. It is what it is. 1:37 p.m. So I'm glad I posted today. Thanks, YouTube, for opening up about the Mexican versus white issues. And I don't know what podcast I was listening to yesterday, but the podcast basically said, we're going to have fights. I mean, people don't get along with each other because they don't want to. Number one, number two, they got nothing else to do but fight. And number three, if they had to work, then they wouldn't be fighting because they'd be so damn busy working. And so, give them a freaking job and get them the hell out of the building. That's what I say. That's my recommendation. And give me my disability because I'm sick and tired of being broke. Because normally I would go to the job, not job. Normally I would go to the gym, but I can't afford to pay for gas for the gym, and so I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. So the DMV did the right thing. They gave me my refund back of overpayment. They sent me a check for $163. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I knew you would do the right thing. Now, Social Security Administration better do the damn right thing too. Send me my disability. You have my information about my bank's information, so you can just direct deposit it, so I can pay my bills and pay my rent, and that's it, and remain a citizen. And so, if you do give me my disability, I will exchange this big fat car that I have, that takes 2 small compact car parking spaces. Okay, so I'm willing to do that. Um, but I don't have the money right now to do that. So I have to keep this piece of crap car until I get an income. And so just pray for me that the Social Security Administration does the right thing and pays me my Social Security before I die. And I'm not going to make it. I mean, I'm diabetic. Diabetes cuts your lifespan by 10 years. And I'm not allowed to take my Social Security retirement until 67. I'm 57. So it's 10 years. I got 10 years to figure out what I'm going to do for money. And GR is not enough. That's already like out of the question. I can't sell my things because nobody's going to buy it. I went to an auto, not an auto, but a thrift shop, and the guy said, take pictures of your stuff you want to sell. And the asshole, they're all Mexican, and the asshole Mexican said, "No, I'm not going to do it." Jerk. So, so I'm stuck with this stuff hoarding. I don't want to be a hoarder. So, and there, so salvation. It's so this city is not very resourced. I need a Walmart here. I need a LA Fitness, and Mayor Garcetti has. Okay, I'll give you some facts. These are facts that you could help your city, your state, and your nation run a little bit smoother. Okay, so the true facts are Flint, Michigan, as reported by um, Michael Moore, not the chief of police, Michael Moore, but the Michael Moore of Michigan, Flint, Michigan. And he has reported documentary on there is lead in the pipes and the water of Flint, Michigan. So you still haven't fixed it yet, I don't believe. Um, and the city water of Detroit is provides water for all the suburbs uh, of the metropolitan Detroit area because their water is clean. And so Flint water is unclean, and they got cited for that. And I don't know where it's at. I don't know if they fixed all the pipes or whatever. So is the water in Los Angeles City clean? No, it's not. It has the same problems that Flint has. Flint has lead in the pipes that are killing its people. You know, like causing deaths and other diseases. And I was working in Flint. That's how I know about it. I was working at one of the hospitals in Flint, and I don't know, where was I going with all this? I have no idea. Oh, the city water in LA needs to be cleaned up. LA DWP is not doing a good job. You might be doing a good job converting water to electricity, but you're certainly not doing a good job at cleaning the fucking city water. Everybody has to drink bottled water, and that gets expensive, really, really expensive. I mean, you could use my entire food stamp allowance on bottled water, and I'd end up, I guess I'd end up skinny and healthier instead of, maybe that's why I gained 30 pounds, because there's so much toxins in the LA city water, and I do drink tap water, and my neighbors don't drink tap water. So that could be it. Could be poisoning. It could be Asians poisoning our water. I say Asians because the Pacific Ocean, you know, Asians are known to dump toxins in our Pacific Ocean, um, because that's where the country is, in the Pacific Ocean. So um, so that's all I got, man. You're wearing me out. I forgot. Oh, healthcare. Healthcare really sucks. It's a third world country in Los Angeles. Healthcare is a third world country. Um, I've been waiting 2 months to find a therapist. Still none. Still none. Um, Optometrists, they just keep you on the phone forever. They're not sophisticated like the Henry Ford Health System in Detroit is, you know, and so they have poor health care here. And so, those are many reasons why I would move, to Northern California for that, or Southern California, San Diego, because Northern and Southern California have a better healthcare system than Los Angeles does. I hate to say that, but it's true. Los Angeles only cares about the police department, LAPD, and Hollywood, the actors and actresses. That's it. They don't care about anybody else. They don't care about the Mexicans. They don't care about, uh, making Mexican people obese. They don't care about disease. They don't care about obesity. They certainly don't care about us white poor people, being hounded and drilled, and pretty much, um, our cars crashing every other day. They don't care about any of that. All they care about is the LAPD and Hollywood. That's it. And everybody else are just throwaways. So um, it's a sad story of the haves and the have-nots, I suppose. Um, and I know Tyler Perry made a movie about, or a TV show, I think, about the haves and have-nots. And by the way, mentioning Tyler Perry, he is an adult child of um, sexual violence, I believe, or childhood violence. And so he talks about this story. So he kind of inspired me the other day. I found his name and his voice on a podcast, and so that's what I suffered, and that's why I came here from Detroit to run away from my domestic violence, sexually abuse um, family. They sexually abused me when I was a kid, so my family did, and that's why I moved here, just to get away from them and start a new life. And so I'm here to stay, pretty much. I really am here to stay. I don't care what anybody says about me anymore, unless you have a big paycheck to keep me quiet. Then I'm not interested. If you have a big paycheck to keep me quiet, I'll stay quiet, and I'll take your money, and sit alongside like the Mexicans do. They keep their mouth shut because you pay for everything. Mexicans get free money, Mexicans get free food, Mexicans get all the jobs they ever wanted. They get brand new cars every 3 years. They get pretty much everything they wanted just by checking a box. Are you Mexican? You know, um, and we can't check a box. We check the Caucasian box, but that doesn't get us anything. Just gets us a bunch of harassment, um, where we live and everything, and how we drive, and what car we drive, and just on and so forth and so on. even the licensing, been harassed by licensing. So I sat in front of the board of pharmacy in Michigan and I won by having my brother, next to me representing me. And, he lives in Michigan, so he's not going to come here and represent me in California. But um, I mean, am I going to sit in front of the California Board of Pharmacy and say, you're being racist against white women, not allowing me to reciprocate my Michigan license to California? Um, you know, that's when my neighbor, my African American Marine neighbor, wants me to fight and win. But, you know, um, I mean, I guess I could ask him to come with me. I don't know if that would work. It's like, I mean, I don't know if he'd go, first of all. Anyway, I don't know how I'd get there. Like, Sacramento is kind of far. Like, my car wouldn't get me all the way to Sacramento. Anyway, let's not think about it right now, because that's not on my list of to do things right now. But I should. But anyway, that's a thought. I'm gonna think about it. I gotta end. I'm tired. Thanks for letting me share. Talk to you soon. Bye.